Hey everybody, welcome back. So this week, I know we said we were going to finish off that skull, but I got so excited about this bubble dye method that I just wanted to share it. This is based off a video that my wonderful friend Quarter Leather put out a couple years ago, and it's something he mentioned and we talked about, and yeah, I finally dove in the other day and gave it a try. And I can't get enough of it. I've been bubble dyeing for 2 days straight, and it's been so much fun. So let's get into it. Super simple. I found using just little short glasses worked really well for me. This is like the one time you're going to see me wear gloves probably, because it does get quite messy. So right now, like, I've removed my cutting mat. I threw down a bunch of paper. You just want to make sure you protect your surface. Don't have anything like too delicate super close by or it's gonna get leather dye all over it, including your clothing. But it's totally worth it, I promise. Very simple. You need basically nothing to do this. I have a little paper towel on handy, usually just for controlling the bubbles a little bit, mopping up any sort of excess. Probably should have taken care of this before we started, but keeping it real, right? Anyways, one other thing I like to have too is a hair dryer as well. So I'm just gonna grab that. Okay, and then we're just gonna use some dish soap. Very simple. I have these little like silicone straws. I know like where I live, a lot of places you can't get plastic straws like in restaurants or anything anymore. So I just picked these up from the dollar store and they're great. Just going to use some Angelus dye. I prefer these. They're very highly pigmented. They're alcohol based. I just love them so much. So you're just going to put, I don't know, maybe about a tablespoon in there. You'll kind of figure it out as you go. You can play around with like the strengths and whatnot. I found going kind of doing like a slow and low buildup worked really well, so I did multiple layers of this when I did it. I have 3 colors in mind. I'm gonna do some little card slips right now. I have a little bit of a launch next week, so I'm trying to multitask a little bit here. So I just put like a little squirt of whatever your favorite dish soap is in there. And that's it. Ready to go. We've all blown bubbles before. We've all been children. You know, your parents get mad when you blow bubbles in your juice or milk or whatever, but now we get to do it professionally, and it's great. I've seen a few different methods. I know some people do, like, you can also put this in like a soda bottle and have the bubbles like come out and up and over. I found, and you'll see why, this is just a really good way to keep it controlled, and you can kind of control like the outcome as well too. So I'm just gonna do, these are just little card slips I've stamped with my logo and a little drawing of a bat that I had a stamp made out of a while back there. And let's give her a go. So you're just gonna literally blow bubbles in here. Try not to get it in your mouth, it's super gross. And so I found once you get like a little bit of the bubbles kind of coming up to the surface, and this is why I'm wearing gloves, I like to kind of scoop them off, and then you can lay them down sort of in a way that you want to. If you want to be a little more chaotic and just let it sort of like spill over your pieces, that's also super rad too. I have like kind of a final look in mind, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do it this way. And so it is a little bit hard to tell until it's totally dried. It will darken up a fair bit when you clear coat it afterwards as well. And it's up to you. You can either clear coat this or Once it's all dry, you can just hit it with some like Aussie leather conditioner or something like that, just to kind of lock in the dyeing. I usually choose to clear coat it just so you have a little bit extra protection there. And if you're in a hurry at all, or you just would like this to dry a little bit more between colors, you can just use, I just use a hairdryer on cold just to speed it up a little bit. You can kind of use it to move stuff around too. And you can see your patterns really start to form. If it does stay too wet, too long in one place, it will basically just dye it a solid color. These I'm going to be painting over top of, so I'm not too concerned about an area like that. And so once I'm happy with the yellow layer, I'm going to go and do an orange. And if you find your bubbles are kind of dying down really quick, I'll just add a little bit more soap. So you get a little real-time troubleshooting in here. Again, I'm very, very fresh to this. This is a couple days of doing this. So it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to look pretty cool when it's done. And as you build up layers, obviously where the bubbles overlap the ones previous, you're going to get a darker color. And it just kind of gives it this really cool sort of tie-dye effect. And then because I like my stuff, as we've all figured out by now, a little bit on the bolder side, I'm going to go in with a little purple over top. And you just really want, just experiment with this, have some fun, do some key fobs. You can do this on great big panels, so you can cut it out afterwards too. This is going to be a very short video. That's about it. Then all you want to do is let it dry completely, and like I said, add your favorite clear coat. Personally, I like the Angelus High Gloss clear coat. It just sinks in nice and evenly and looks absolutely beautiful. there you have it. The bubble dye method. Super, super fun to do. I can't stress that enough. And it looks really cool. Give it a try. I'm going to actually show you guys some of the pieces that I have finished with this recently. This is artwork done by a dear friend of mine. We're having a little bit of a collaboration. It still needs to be antiqued, but I did paint over top of the bubble dye. And then later today I'll add the antiquing and stuff, but the possibilities are endless. You can do all kinds of stuff with this. Get creative. Use some different colors. I just went with kind of like a Halloween-y sort of theme, given that it's a big old bat, but you can really let your imagination fly wild. So I hope this was fun for you guys. I want to see everybody trying it. I can't wait to see your creations. Please feel free, DM me some of your stuff. Tag me in your stories. Like and subscribe. Oh, that's super not me. Anyways, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you all go out and try bubble dyeing real soon. Catch you in the next one.